got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up. It look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast. I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems. Let me. When up and magic. With the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be taken short.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
You ready? And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Hey, Foxtrot.
Sony Michel, his first carry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he goes out right around the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready? 60 or. Yes. Ready?
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground is Michel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it. This is Michel. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Then he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Broncos' 31-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 43. Six, pull it high.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Dawson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
On the ground, Michel. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is it. 19. Check 55.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 77 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
Ready?
52's the mic. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Hey, Delta.
To throw on 2nd down. Dawson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Michelle. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along as they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go. 30 base. Greystone, travel. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey! Go!
Looking to throw. Dawson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll turn to Michelle as they go back to the ground. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. On the ground, this is Michelle. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sony Michel, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Reset.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 21-14.
21, Chiefs 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dawson, he's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
61, Matchbox Lights. We got double up. Check.
Operating from the gun, Dawson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll check this one down to Michelle. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A gain there of 21 yards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Tight and right. Everyone,
2.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken in at the 1. Breaks a tackle, and he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and now it's second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And an alley to run. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sony Michel with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Big stop, let's go!
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson on the move to his left. Now he'll let it, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, he just envelops it and brings it in.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. To throw on second down, Dawson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Alpha. Ready?
Back to throw. Dawson. Looking downfield for Godwin. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
Reset. 19.
Here we go. Here we go.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 bring it up at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Let's go now. 60 or.
2 times. We got
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Watt. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon. And
they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down and goal to go.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chiefs 24.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Dawson steps away to his left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Blue draw Corkers.
3 buds.
Get it.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Hey, here we go. Watch it.
They'll try to run it in. Michelle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Hey, 59. 54.
Staying open.
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front, turning into a really good performance on the road.